Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pikmin 2. In the last episode, we took on the Bull Black's King. Well, actually finished off the Bull Black's Kingdom in the Awakening Wood. And today we're not going to be going to Valley Post. Today we're going to be going to the Perplexing Pool and essentially be taking on a new dungeon in this day. Pretty sure we should be starting it, at least starting in this episode. So, you guys may recall that as we were going through the last dungeon, Bull Black's Kingdom, I was being kind of a jerk to the yellow Pikmin. I feel like I was, like literally, like essentially we brought them in there only to be turned into, what was it, 5 white Pikmin and 20 purple Pikmin? No, not 5 purple, 5 white Pikmin and 15 purples. So today's gonna be a change. Because in this dungeon, we're going to make more use out of them. We're going to actually care about them, and let's give them a chance to shine. What do you say? With 20 purples. I know it sounds kind of like I don't have confidence in them by bringing only 20 purples, but I mean, like, well, bringing purples at all, but still, you know. And you know what? But before we go into actually go to the dungeon, we're going to populate the yellows a little bit. So that means that would involve killing these Sherwigs. And, I guess going from there. Alright, so we're not going to worry about those Whisker Pillars over there. We don't really care about that. Well, we don't really need, that... do we need to? I don't know. I don't think we got that much time to work with here as far as, you know, getting some purple potions. So it's not really necessary. First things first, we're going to nectar up these, yellows we do have. Yeah, this is basically my strategy. Oh, freaking A! That's my issue with like no matter what you do, you're going to end up going. They're going to end up going. Freaking A! Like they're literally jumping into the water. You morons! Like literally, did you see that? They jumped into the water. You're not blue Pikmin. Don't jump into the water, yellows. I love you, but please don't. Don't kill yourselves. This is your day to shine, not suicide. What were you thinking, man? Okay. Before the yellows really make me kind of mad, let's, or make me more mad, I should say. Let's, kill this yellow Wallywog here, because I'm tired of things that are yellow already today. Kind of see what I did there. Okay, and then we'll use that to feed that to the yellers. The old yellers. And we'll also feed the Sherwigs to the old yellers. Yeah, I used to be calling them the old yellers, because it's just gonna be my thing. Alright, so that's pretty much all we're gonna do aside from going to the dungeon. There are some treasures we could get above the surface, actually, while we're here. Because now that we have the blue Pikmin, there's actually some things we can do. And part of them involves opening up a hole, but, you know, with the yellow Pikmin, we can currently open up, like what, like 2 dungeons, I think? Yeah, because one dungeon, there's actually one dungeon in the Perplexing Pool that is only accessible to blue Pikmin. Like, the hole is literally underwater. But actually, currently there are 2 holes that are underwater, but, you know, once we get rid of the swooping snitch bug, who's snatching my Pikmin, I'm not going to bring this guy back to Young. I'm not going to waste time doing that. Yeah, but once we take care of one of the dungeons, like once we open up, it's not going to be, you know, flooded with water, so we don't have to worry about that. Get rid of the swooping snitch bug too, because as long as there's one swooping snitch bug that's swooping down and snatching Pikmin, I will never be happy. All right, got more eggs over here. Let's make sure there's no mateats inside these, because it's like even if there is, though, it's not like we're going to, you know, use them for anything. Because, you know, we're not bringing enemies back to the ship. Okay, so I'm going to leave Louie and the purples up here, because in order to get access to this dungeon that we're going to today, you need to take out an electric fence with the yellers. With the old yellers. Okay. And now we're going to get Louie to bring the purples down. And we're going to... And we don't really necessarily need to hide, but the only thing that worries me is this yellow Wallywog here. We could take care of it. Maybe we don't have to because he's not really... Yeah, he's too far away, so whatever. It doesn't really matter. Do we have 100 yellows yet? I don't think we do. Okay, so it's 30... Okay, yeah, we got over 100 yellows now. Sweet! That is sweet stuff. We have 116 now, looks like. You guys will probably never see me go into a dungeon at all during this Let's Play without at least, like, 20 purples. That's just the way it's gonna be because I love the purples so much. But there will be one exception to this, and that's the dungeon that's completely underwater, as I explained earlier, which is actually in the Perplexing Pool, so... But this is a dungeon we'll be exploring today. Interesting, my odor detectors are reacting. A strong scent wafts from that hole. I'm a machine, so rating senses is beyond me, but your faces tell me all I need to know. You are both drooling. I wish just once I could feel what it's like to drool. Well, it's actually an annoying feeling if you ask me, because you have to kind of, you know, like, wipe your face off, and that's pretty annoying. So in we go to Glutton's kitchen. That's literally what this floor is called. I mean, this dungeon's called. You can probably guess what kind of treasures we'll be collecting in Glutton's kitchen. I mean, like, it couldn't be more obvious. But we are going to encounter some new enemies in Glutton's kitchen as per usual, because that's pretty much the business of every dungeon around here. So that means we're going to explore with our purples here. These guys, new type of Bulborb, the Spotty Bulbear. These guys were actually in the first Pikmin game, but for right now we're just going to see the dwarf version, so you don't need to worry quite yet. But I can definitely tell you the adult versions are going to be a lot more annoying in this game than they were in this game than they were in the first game. And actually, to tell you the truth, they're actually a lot more scary too in some way. But you'll see once we discover them. But again, not quite yet. I guess there's one thing I could explain while I'm taking care of these dwarf Bulbears. The Bulborbs and Bulborbs, like the small versions of them, are not actually the children according to Olimar's biology. So it could be wrong, but as specified by the game, those are not the children of the Bulborbs, like the adult Bulborbs. They are literally just normal. They're just actually completely different species. Like, they're classified as different species, as, you know, they're simply just small versions of them, like variations, so they're not actually the children. So, you know, it's kind of an interesting thing to note. But anyways, inside that box there is the sole treasure on this floor, as well as one dwarf Bulbear. But yeah, Bulbears are basically kind of a subspecies of Bulborbs. I don't think we're gonna see any Bulborbs in this dungeon, just Bulbears, but Bulbears are still pretty dangerous enemies if you don't know what you're doing, so let's see what treasure we got first of all on this dungeon, I suppose. The first treasure of the dungeon. Let's see what it is. Mario paint. Peach pink. Known as the Master's Instrument. Okay. Nintendo! Quit gushing and fawning over yourself. Okay. But enough of that, let's go on. Let's move on to the next sublevel. Seems like every dungeon only has one treasure on the first sublevel. I feel like that's a common pattern we're running into here. You know, maybe there might be a dungeon I overlooked that we already took on that already has more than one on the first sublevel, but sounds about right. Alright, so in sublevel 2, we got this train track, actually. It's toy train track set, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the train is not in today, so we're not going to get to ride any trains. No, not in this game. There's not really any form of transportation in this game aside from the ship, which talks more than it needs to. Okay, so on this sublevel, we're mostly going to be running into just sheer grubs, both male and female. But we're also going to be running into a new type of enemy. As soon as we see, I'll let you guys know. Although obviously you won't recognize it if you've only been watching this Let's Play, but they are from the first game as well, just like the sheer grubs. So you'll probably recognize them as soon as you see them. But then again, there was really only one of these guys in the first game. And there's no treasure up there. Sometimes they put a treasure on top of that tunnel there, and you have to use the L-pick to get to it. Okay. Yeah, with purples, you're pretty much unstoppable here. There's actually the home. Oh, there it is. There they are. These are the bread bugs. Bread bugs were originated in the first game in the Forest Navel, and there's actually only one of them in each area you went to, if they appeared at all. But in this game, if you run into bread bugs, chances are there's going to be more than one of them in the particular sublevel you're in. And they will actually, just like in the first game, they will take back, shoot, can I... Nope. Okay, never mind. So, they will take away the corpses of enemies back to their burrows, and they will eat them. And there's really nothing you can do about it, pretty much, unless you have enough Pikmin to that equals more than, like for instance, he was essentially trying to take back this Is that the purple Pikmin? Carry that back. Okay, I'm actually having a little problem here because I did not take care of all the share grubs on this floor. So, we could potentially lose Pikmin. No, we'll be fine. Okay, we got all the share grubs now. So anyways, as I was trying to explain, these guys are going to try to drag enemy corpses into their burrows and eat them. And what you can do is you can have the Pikmin kind of tug-of-war it to the ship. And if you manage to do so successfully, they will successfully drag it to the ship, and the bread bug will bonk its head on the ship, and that will cause it to lose the majority of its HP. So it's basically the most effective way to defeat them, pretty much. And they will try to go through the walls to get to the corpses over there, but we're not going to allow them to, or maybe we will. But basically, it's either drag them to your base with the when they're trying to hold on to an enemy, or just throw Pikmin on their heads. But either way, you can't really attack them in normal means. But they can also, another thing they will do is they will also carry treasures back to their burrows. But the good thing is that once you kill the enemy, then whatever treasures were inside the burrow will come back. They will just fly out of the base, and they will I'm trying to explain it, but basically, like, after you defeat the enemy, their burrows will disintegrate. So, jeez, I don't know any better way to explain it. Now, when it comes to the enemies, they only take like one Pikmin to carry. You're gonna need a purple Pikmin in order to overpower the red bug, but otherwise, they're pretty easy enemies. Basically, I guess that's all I can explain about them. Let's bring these guys back to base. I believe there's still one more bread bug on this floor, and he will try to get that treasure that just came out of the other bread bug's burrow, so we're gonna get that. There's also treasure up here. Like, this is, like, again, a treasure that's really close to base, and we're not... Come on. Get up there, yellows. Thank you. Thank you, old yellers. Now let's go get the other treasure that was inside one of the burrows. I believe it was actually a soda pop cap or something like that. Also, another thing, if you have Pikmin trying to hold on to an object that the bread bugs are dragging back to their nests, if the Pikmin is still holding on to the object when the bread bug takes it back to the nest, that Pikmin will die. Any Pikmin that are attached to the object that the bread bug successfully drags in, they will die. So that is basically the only way bread bugs can kill Pikmin, otherwise they're harmless to Pikmin. Like, they're basically just scavengers, essentially, so you don't really need to worry about them that much. They're just... If anything, they're mostly just an annoyance, but there we go. That's all the bread bugs on this floor. No worries. Now, Pikmin can get stuck on these tracks, but don't worry about it. There is a station near base where they can return to you, or there's the railroad crossing otherwise. And here we go. This is the other treasure on the floor. This is Yoo-Hoo Cola. Yep. I believe that's the only other treasure on this floor, so we're pretty much good to go now. But yes, the vast majority of the treasures in this dungeon will be either food themed or sweet themed, basically. Basically stuff that's not good for your teeth. But there are some, but basically everything here is food related, is the best way to put it. Alright. We're going to wait for them to drag the last treasure back here. Massive lid. Yes, because it's very massive compared to the other bottle caps we collected in the past. Alright, well, that pretty much does it for this sublevel, so let's move on to the next one, shall we? I think so. Ignoring the Share Grub corpse next to us.